Hey everyone, it's Tobes, and welcome to your second monitor. Today for Midweek Magic, we are back on the Edge. On the Edge is an event that they do basically every time we have a new set, within the first couple of weeks of it. It's build a 60 card, basically a standard deck, but you're only allowed to use sets that are the most recent 3 plus foundations. So a lot of times they call this On the Edge plus foundations, but it's essentially, this time, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Lore When Eclipsed, and Avatar The Last Airbender, and of course Foundations. So, I built us a Simic deck that cares about mutagen tokens and counters, which we will look at right here. I'm calling it Secrets of the Ooze. All you 90s kids will understand. So here's what we've got going on, basically. We've got 21 different cards that make mutagens somehow. Genghis Frog is a great example of them. This is a 1/3 for 2 Simic mana. It's a legendary frog mutant rogue with trample, and when it or another mutant we control enters, we make a mutagen token. Mutagen tokens are this new predefined token that lets us pay 1, tap, and sack it to put a 1/1 counter on a creature at sorcery speed. So we can use that in lots of different ways, but mostly we're just using it to put counters on our creatures. Like I say, we've got a lot of different ways to do that. Things like Zoo Escapees, which makes a mutagen when it dies, but otherwise is a bear. Or Michelangelo, Weirdness to 11, enters and makes us a mutagen token. It's a 2 mana 1/1 with Hardened Scales text. So we get to put 1 extra counter every time we would put any number of counters on something. Lots of other fun ones in this section. Return to the Sewers is the classic 3 and a blue to tuck something, top or bottom of the owner's library at instant speed, but we get a mutagen as well, so it's pretty good removal for this deck. We're running Ray Fillet. Ray Fillet makes a mutagen token when it enters. Otherwise, it's a 3/3 flyer for 4 that we can pay to and remove a counter from one of our creatures to draw a card. So it doesn't happen that often. I was kind of higher on this guy when I first started building this deck than it turned out to be, useful, but still, a 3/3 flyer for 4 is fine. We've got Michelangelo Mutant BFF, which I don't know what's going on in this art, but he's here. He's a 4/4 for 4 that enters or attacks and makes us a mutagen token, so he's kind of a titan in that way. And it makes all of our creatures that have a counter on them unblockable by more than 1 creature, so sort of anti-menace. Sometimes this is relevant to us. It can make it so our opponent has to make bad blocks in order to block it all. Other things, Ooze spell is just cancel and make a mutagen token. 1 double blue to counter a spell and make a mutagen. Pretty good. Mutant Chain Reaction is, I don't love this card in this deck, but it comes up an awful lot. It's 2 and a green at sorcery speed to Broken Wing something. Destroy an artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying, and then make a mutagen. So we're getting a lot of good stuff here, but it really gets good when we look at the actual Ooze itself. This is a 2 mana legendary artifact that says whenever a creature we control with a 1/1 counter on it leaves the battlefield, we make a mutagen token for each of those counters that it had on it. That can be an awful lot of mutagens, and it's kind of doing its own impression of the Ozolith in this way. Also, we can tap it to exile a card from a graveyard to make a mutagen token, so this is also graveyard hate and can be really useful to us. Also, really great art. Love this thing. But most exciting in this section is Mutagen Man, who I didn't even know existed when I first started building this deck. For X and double green, we get a 2/3 legendary Ooze mutant with trample that comes in and makes X mutagen tokens. So for just double green, we get a 2/3 trample, which is fine, and it's a mutant, so it triggers our frog guy, Genghis Frog. However, it also says activated abilities of artifact tokens we control cost 1 less to activate. And since mutagen tokens only cost 1 to activate anyway, this means all of our mutagens say, tap this at sorcery speed and sacrifice it to just put a counter on something. So we can often turn a big pile of mutagen tokens into just counters right away. But why might we want not to do that? Well, because we have a couple of payoff cards that care about things, like Donatello Way with Machines. This is a 3 mana 1/2 flyer that has Artifact Fall, put a counter on it. So all these mutagen tokens we're making, we can put counters directly on Donnie here and get a bigger and bigger flyer, even without having to sack the mutagen tokens to do it. Pretty good. We've got several of those. We're running 1 Mikey and Leo Chaos and Order. This is 2 Selesnya mana, so in our deck it's 2 green for a 2/2 that draws us a card once each turn the first time we put a counter on a creature we control. So a little bit of a draw engine, helps us with this card draw. And Fugitive Droid actually overperforms in this deck, I believe. This is a 1/1 artifact creature robot scientist for a single blue that can't be blocked if we had an artifact enter this turn, and we can pay a blue and sack it to counter a spell that targets an artifact or creature we control. Ends up being very powerful for us in terms of reactions to things. And that's why it's a removal spell, because it can stop a spell that an opponent's casting, the same way Ooze spell can. We've also got Return to the Sewers to tuck things, Mutant Chain Reaction to blow up an artifact creature with flying or enchantment, Felling Blow from Foundations to put a 1/1 counter on something and then have it bite that something. We've got a few other things that are useful. Garruk's Uprising, since our stuff tends to get pretty big, can draw us cards, but also gives everything trample. That's pretty helpful. Mikey and Dawn Party Planners is one of our other rares. It's another Michelangelo team-up card. This is 2 and double Simic, so in our deck, it's just 4 mana. And it's a 3/3 with Ward 2 that lets us look at the top card of our library at any time and lets us play lands and mutants, ninjas, and turtles from the top. Mutants really relevant in this deck because most of our creatures are mutants. But also, lands from the top is very good. It also says if we cast a creature spell from the top of our library, it comes in with a 1/1 counter, which will trigger things like Mikey and Leo, because it comes in with that counter, that is us putting a counter on it. So we get that card draw from it. But Mikey and Dawn, it's in our draw section because this gives us card advantage. It gives us the access to the top of our library, and we can sort of preferentially play things off of that to help ourselves out. What else do we have going on here? We've seen Michelangelo, he's our Hardened Scales. We're running Earthbender Ascension because it's a great source of 1/1 counters and trample once it's online, but putting counters on land as when we Earthbend it, it's not terrible. You know, being able to Earthbend things occasionally is really strong for us in this deck because it just gives us sort of the equivalent of tokens that still tap for mana. So we're also running a 1/of Bossing Say. It's just a good mana sink for us to turn our lands into temporary creatures, or if we've already got an Earthbent land, to just put more counters on that Earthbent land, which again will trigger Mikey and Leo if we need it to. And I think the only thing we haven't covered is Zimone Paradox Sculptor from Foundations. 2 a green and a blue for a 1/4 legendary human wizard that puts a 1/1 counter on up to each of 2 target creatures at the start of our combat. And if we want, we can pay a Simic and tap her to double the number of counters on up to 2 creatures or artifacts we control. So lots and lots of counters stuff going on here. I don't have a lot of things tagged in the counter section because most of our counters are coming from mutagens. So we've got artifact payoffs for that. We got payoffs for our counters. We've got lots of different ways to play with mutants, you know, especially with this Genghis Frog, which does so well for us. Yeah, and otherwise our mana base is pretty simple. 3 Temple of Mysteries, even basics, even though we're a little bit more heavily green, I believe, which is why we're running Bossing Say as well. And that's what we got. That is our Secrets of the Ooze deck. So let's take a look at how this plays and see if we can do well on this Midweek Magic on the Edge event. Preemptively, thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to like and subscribe, ring the bell if you want to be notified, subscribe to or become a member of the channel, something new for us here as of just this week. If you're interested in seeing my videos come out early, not really relevant when it comes to my Midweek Magic videos since I post them right away, but if you want to see my Commander decks, sometimes I'm able to post them a couple of days early, so you might be interested in that. In any case, let's get to our gameplay. Okay, it is game 1 versus Sniff Magic with the Yargle avatar. I don't know if I would want to sniff Yargle. I feel like that's a dangerous choice, just like keeping this hand. I think we're going to, because we can Temple of Mystery to sort of filter our top of our library. Yeah, we want more land. We can play Genghis Frog, but I wanted to get us out to Earthbender Ascension or Donnie. Either one would be good. Okay, looks like our opponent's going a little bit quick here. They're going to be doing some cat stuff, I assume, or at least some go-wide stuff. So maybe we want to get Donatello out instead. Okay, we're doing life gain, and, you know, cats as well, I guess. All right, I think it's a good time for us to Earthbender Ascension. Let's us shore up our blue mana. We will put our We'll go ahead and earthbend the Temple of Mystery so that if it dies, we get another scry. And that's pretty good for us. And we'll pass the turn. Assuming they have another creature here, their Pride Mate's going to become a 3/3 and we won't be able to block it. Okay, Authority of the Consuls is going to gain them a bunch of life. They've got another Pride Mate, so it will trigger the Vanguard, and we get both Pride Mates pumped. One comes in, and we'll just take the 3. So right now, we'll play a land, trigger our Earthbender Ascension, and I think we just hold up our mana at this point. I guess we can pump our Genghis Frog with this mutagen token and then pass, because with the Earthbent land we can still cast Return to the Sewers or Ooze Spill here. A third Pride Mate just seems wrong, so we'll go ahead and Ooze Spill that, make ourselves another mutagen token. Do they have a fourth Pride Mate? They have Lita. Okay, Lita has an alliance trigger, which can be pretty good for us. Now, we will trade if they attack with a Pride Mate. I don't mind doing that. I don't want to, but I don't mind it. I think they're probably going to hold back. Okay, we've got some Donatellos going on here. It's not ideal. But I do think we can't win this without playing creatures. At this point, I'm going to mutagen up our Genghis Frog. And yeah, I hate to say it, I think we just need to hold up and Return to the Sewers something. Hinterland Sanctifier is pretty good. They get a 1/1 counter on Lita, presumably. Oh, they get a scry. Okay. Yeah, everything we play triggers Authority of the Consuls. Action News Crew. That's going to give them some good stuff. I say we let it resolve. Let them put their counters on things. We're going to get rid of a Johnny's Pride Mate anyway. So we might as well just let it get bigger. The Vanguard triggers. The Pride Mates get bigger again. Oh, okay. They don't have anything else to do. Action News Crew lets them put a counter on each creature they control and draw a card. I don't love that, but they're kind of far away from the mana on that. Let's just go ahead and get rid of one of these Pride Mates and make ourselves another mutagen token. Alright, we've got our Zoo Escapees. Just not very helpful for us. I guess we're gonna pump things up. Let them pump up their Pride Mate a lot. But let Donnie get a little bigger as well. And we will pass the turn. This way, if they attack, we can just let them kill our Temple of Mystery, which will get our Earthbender Ascension online. But at least Genghis Frog right now is big enough that we can deal with them attacking with one of their smaller things. These are foods, huh? Okay. Pretty big. We don't have a lot of removal that can deal with these big things, unfortunately. But at least they don't have trample. So Earthbend brings our land back. We get to scry and also put a counter on something. I think that counter is going to go on Donnie. Alright. That gives us a little card advantage, but it's not great, considering they get so much life every time we play any creature. Or rather, so much value. Alright, Donatello's Technique on top of our library is not great. This lets us... It doesn't let us play one of those. Okay. Well, we're just going to pump up the jam, I think. This way we can block with the Zoo Escapees, which will make us another mutagen. And maybe double block the other Pride Mate. Lose our Genghis Frog in the process. Okay, they're going to try and pump things up a lot more. But we've got 10 damage between Genghis Frog and Donatello. Let's see what they are willing to do. Oh, nothing. They don't attack with the other pride mate. They are not willing to risk it. Well, we will let go of these zoo escapees. That is okay with me. Get another mutagen, trigger Donatello. Alright. Donatello's technique on top of our library as well. Kind of an expensive way to do this, but it's fine. Oh, Bossing Say. Seems good. Trigger Donatello. Or trigger on Donatello, I should say. Wish we had a little more land so we could make Earthbent lands. I hate to say it, but we probably need to keep beefing up our creatures. Although, it's not a terrible idea to Felling Blow this Pride Mate and just get it out of the way. Maybe they crack their food to make it an 8/8, not remembering that Felling Blow puts a counter on our creature. Great. It worked. Alright, and we'll just go ahead and put another counter on... What are we willing to lose? I think we're willing to lose the Genghis Frog. Mikey and Don is a rare and is good advantage for us. I think we just pass. I'm almost tempted to just take the 14 or 15 from the Pride Mate, but I think that's too dangerous for us. Alright, they just go to combat. We're going to block with Genghis Frog this time. It's a shame. Yeah, we could eat the Pride Mate, but they would... Oh! Nothing, huh? Okay. Mutant Chain Reaction to kill their authority to the consoles. Make a mutagen token, trigger Donatello. Donatello's technique to draw 2, hoping to get a land. We got one. That's good. And we got one on top as well. Great. Trigger. We go ahead and play, or put our counter on Party Planners. And we're going to play our Zoo Escapees as well. So now we've got a little bit more breathing room. I'm even going to attack with Donatello in the air. If we have to lose our Genghis Frog, totally fine. We've got another one on top. Alright, block with the escapees. Make another mutagen token, trigger Donatello again. Heir Apparent. Is this a Heir Apparent deck? No shade against people who like Heir Apparent. I think that the deck plays very samey, and it's just not fun to play with or against. But maybe that's just me. We're going to play this island. Keep pumping up Donatello, I suppose. We don't want to play one of these legends again, so I think what we'll do is we'll Earthbend our Temple of Mystery, and then just throw some mutagens on our big flyer. So we're not quite to the point where we can two-shot them. Well, but we probably will be. Next turn, if they don't remove Donatello, I think we win. But I don't want to speak too soon. They've got a combat step. They've got no evasion. So we're going to block with the Temple of Mystery. So we can take the other Temple of Mystery that's on top of our library and put it on the bottom. Put another counter on our flyer. Now we have Fugitive Droid on top. Doesn't really help us to get bigger. So what we'll do is we'll play this island to get a little bigger. Play another Genghis Frog, and we'll keep our current one, which will still trigger each one, both of which will trigger Donatello. I think we just go in and hope that this is enough. It is. Good game, Sniff Magic. Wow, they were almost at 40 life, and we got there. Good times. Sometimes, if you're willing to just make careful trades, and your opponent is playing very conservatively, you can really come back from it. All right, what's our first prize today, Midweek Magic? Ooh, it's mythic. It is Helga, Skittish Seer. Great. Helga is what a cutie and what an important character in the story, but also what a terror to play against. Helga is so strong. Okay, game 2 versus Galen with a Golem. Or maybe Smeagol? Probably Golem? Smeagol? It's hard to tell. Avatar. This is not the best hand I've ever seen. We only got a Genghis Frog. Genghis Frog isn't nothing, but we'll try this, but I'm not 100% on it. A lot of removal, though. I don't mind that. Oh, we've got a 1-drop. Great. Fugitive Droid is going to be unblockable next turn when we play the Frog, because the Frog will make a mutagen to another Heir Apparent deck. Or maybe this is our first real one. Well, we'll play the Frog. Fugitive Droid goes in. It becomes unblockable because we have Artifact Fall from the mutagen token. Alright. We're going to keep Heir Apparenting. If I get some land, great. I can at least Felling Blow one of these things with the droid. And then the droid is going to... I'm going to attack with both. See if they're willing to trade a hair for their droid. Oh, they're going to do it this way? That suits me. The only thing we can do here is race. And it's not an easy race. Well, let's Felling Blow again to get rid of this Heir Apparent. I assume they're going to just block with the token. Nope. Yeah, this opponent is probably a pretty aggressive... Oh, Gathering Stone. Choose type rabbit. They cost less. Oh, goodness. Well, I don't think we're going to get there, especially since we're now missing land drops. Yeah. Slither Encrypted to make a mutagen token and therefore make this unblockable. I mean, I don't think this is likely that we're going to get to do this, but if we can just keep making mutagen tokens, maybe our unblockable droid will carry the day. Not 100% on it. That's a lot of rabbits. That's way too many rabbits. Do we lose next turn? I think we probably do. Here's a Frog again. Makes the droid unblockable. Let's make the droid a little stronger. Get in with the droid. I don't think, even if we get a next turn, we can win this one. We're going to see how it goes. More buns. Another Gathering Stone, sure. Seems like a real improvement or enhancement to the Heir Apparent deck. Yep, bring it all in. Let's block like this. Still taking 12 damage. Okay, we got more land. Does that matter for us? Maybe it does. Do we win? Oh, this is crazy if we win. Mutagen Man makes all of our mutagens crack for nothing. Fugitive Droid is unblockable. We got there. Good game, Galen. Or Gallien, perhaps? Good game either way. Wow. I was really expecting a game that was going to be not that much fun because Heir Apparent, but also that we were just going to lose it. We've got a Restless Bivouac. Oh, it's the Ox. Very nice. Just don't give up. You sometimes win when you don't. Sometimes you still lose, and that's magic. But... Alright, game 3 versus Waka Waka DK with a Sig avatar. Okay, this is a hand we can't keep, unfortunately. This is a worse hand. No, we can't keep it either. Even if we draw something, we're just getting the Ooze and a spill of the Ooze. Alright, this we can keep. We will put our removal spell and our Donnie's Technique on the bottom so we can at least get out our Genghis Frog and our Zoo Escapees. Okay, we've got multi-frog going on here. Let's play the escapees just to obscure what colors we're playing. And also it's more power for us to use when we get in, if we can get in this time. Oh, maybe our opponent's playing something similar to us. They're in our colors at least. We'll attack with our escapees, play an island and a frog, make a mutagen, and crack it immediately for the frog, just to use our mana, and we'll pass the turn. Earthbender Ascension, great. They've got a 2/2, but it's tapped, and they're going to get a land into play tapped. And do they have a land still in hand? They do. Alright, an untapped land, but we can do some things. So we will Donatello, get a trigger, which gives us another trigger, play a forest, and crack the forest to make Donatello a little bit stronger. And we'll swing in for 4. I think an Earthbender Ascension deck. Ooh, it's a landfall deck. Yeah, Tatiova is going to be unpleasant for us. And where else? Sure. Okay, Ray Fillet makes us a mutagen token, but doesn't give us the ability to do anything good with it. So we don't have the mana to crack it right away. It will make Donnie a little bigger. 5 power in the air is not nothing, I suppose. I think we attack with Donnie and the Zoo Escapees. See if they're willing to let us get another mutagen. Yeah, okay. Donnie gets a little bigger. And now we've got 9 power in the air. Unless they deal with it, we've got mutagens to... Okay, so they play a land. They gain 3 life. Great. And now they can make their stuff bigger. Alright, is there a way for us to get there this coming turn? Let's see. If we play our Genghis Frog, Donnie goes up by 2. So that's 8, 11, 12, 13. We're not quite there. But we're going to try it. Genghis Frog comes in, we keep the original. Make 2 mutagens, double trigger Donatello. Crack a mutagen, make Ray Fillet a little bigger. Crack another mutagen, make Ray Fillet bigger yet again. And now we get in for 13, which is not enough. But who knows? Maybe our opponent just won't have another land. Even if they do, maybe we kill them the next turn. Alright, so they've got another 3 life. Hopefully they don't have another ramp spell. Not really that concerned with them pumping up their creatures or making tokens with Primeval Bounty. If they can ramp, though, that's not great for us. We might still be okay. Springbloom Druid, okay. So they are at 11. And we've got 14 damage available right now. 17 if we use all of our mutagens, and of course if they don't have a removal spell. Oh, no. They've got Tatiova triggers that also gain them life. I forgot. Okay, they put a counter on a creature with Summoning Sickness. So we don't have to be as worried about that. They've still got 6 mana with the Land of War Elves. What are we casting here? Springbloom Druid again. Ah, horrible. They're at 21. We are hurting so bad. Is there anything we can do to get out of this? I don't think so. I think we're probably sunk here, friends. They attack with Tatiova. We go to 14. We go to 13. They've still got spells to cast? Not another spell. They've got their removal. There it is. Yep. Okay. Ray Fillet is down. Another Land of War Elves. Make another beast. Yeah, we lose next turn unless we kill them this next turn. Yeah, we're just going to take the 10 because who knows what we'll draw. We've got 4 mana. Do we have any chance? I don't think so. Mutant Chain Reaction is not going to do it. We will go ahead and get rid of Primeval Bounty just to show them that we can, I suppose. But let's give them a good game because that is it. Good game, Waka Waka DK. Okay. Keep rolling. I want to see more of the cards in my deck. Hopefully we will. Okay, this is game 4 against Camelio Salamander. This is fine. We could deal with this. We're on the play. Turn 1, 1-drop. Next turn, Genghis Frog, make our 1-drop unblockable. Hopefully keep drawing lands. Okay, Temple of Silence. Okay, that is a land. It's not the one I wanted, but it's fine. Getting Mutagen Man out with X equals 1 is still totally okay. Tolls of War. Okay. May have played against this deck already today. Okay. Another island. Not ideal, but we'll put a counter on the droid and just swing in for 3. Just gotta go as quick as we can before they get their value together. Alright. Cracking a clue. Making an ally. Playing a land. Yep. Tap land. Oh, we're Esper colors. Alright. Well, Mikey and Dawn. What's on top? Donatello. That's alright. They can only block the frog. Okay. We're set up to do good things. 2 uncommons and a rare. They've got just an uncommon. But they've got a whole bunch of cards in hand. And this guy's sleeves. Sephiroth, I think this is. Not a Final Fantasy person. Sorry, little chocobo bird thing. Let me know in the comments if this is Sephiroth. And if it is, if he's likable. Oh, they went to cleanup? Oh, are we a reanimation deck? Woof. Don't like that. I need to find the Ooze. Well, I think we just do our best here. We walk into the counterspell. They don't counterspell us. Okay, we make 4 mutagen tokens. Angswift Savior is going to airbend something. Mutagen Man, that's the smartest thing to airbend. But we can still attack with our droid unblockably. And Mikey and Dawn, maybe they're willing to lose Aang. They are. Okay. Mutagen Man for 2 is still very good, since we have all these mutagens. Another Aang. Do they airbend our droid? Our frog. Okay. So we can't Donatello Frog Mutagen Man. But we can Donatello Mutagen Man. Doesn't make any mutagens, but we can put counters on things for free. We'll spread it out so they think we care more about Donatello, even though we really care about our unblockable droid a little more. And they give up. All right, good game, Camelio Salamander. I guess we got there. It seemed like they were in such a dominant position with all of their resources. Maybe they weren't hitting their land drops, but I think didn't they just scoop on our turn? Wow. Well, here's our, Casey Jones, jury-rigged justiciar. Neat. Don't be fooled, Justicar doesn't have 2 eyes. All right, well, let's keep playing. Right in to game 5 against Doom Fairy with a very mysterious avatar. Okay, this is a little slow, but not terrible. I'll take it. Starting with a forest, and we're going to get some zoo escapees early on. Got really nice Crimson Vow Mountains. And, ooh, it's Nico. Sweet. Alright, we're thinking about our first turn, one mountain in play. Okay, Frenzied Goblin from Foundations. Sounds good. We have a bear. It's technically a boar and a rhino, but... Also, they're wearing... I guess they're not wearing domino masks, but... Something's going on. Interesting. Alright. Impact Tremors. Okay, that's pretty scary. We've got some options, though. Let's attack with our escapees, that is. And then I think we played... Donnie? Yeah, let's get Donnie out so we have a flyer. And then we play this Cryptid next turn if we don't draw a land, which will trigger Donatello. If we do draw a land, we can get Michelangelo, which will also trigger Donatello. Okay, Burst Lightning, sure. A little bit of a shame, but that's okay. Kellen, Planar Trailblazer. It's a figure of destiny. And another goblin. It becomes a human fairy detective, and they get an impulse draw, and they level up it again, it becomes a double striking 3/2. But it never has flying. Interesting. Maybe we should get rid of Kellen. They're not going to be able to level it up yet, so we'll just go ahead and attack with our zoo escapees after we make this Cryptid. It is a pretty creepy thing. Okay. So they level up Kellen, and we can still kill him. Right, Frenzied Goblin stops us from blocking, so they're going to get to do their impulse draw. Get another mountain, and they use it to play something. Ooh, do we have... Oh, another Burst Lightning. Sure. Works for me. We get another mutagen token. And we don't have any mana. So I guess we're just going to have to Felling Blow right now. Kill off Kellen. And then we'll get in with our 3/4. Low on mana here. Would like to be able to do something else. Don't want a Donatello's Technique with Sneak. But okay, Fanatical Firebrand. Now we just race. It's red. They've only got one card in hand. It's possible we can do this. I think Ooze Spill is not great for us anymore. Okay, Lava Runner, wow. So okay, and we're taking 5 here, going to 7. Maybe we can't race them. We'll just have to see. With Frenzied Goblins in play, there's just no reason for us to block. Another Zoo Escapees, not very helpful to us. Donatello's Technique, I think we're going to lose to Mono Red here. Yeah, just because we can't get our land fast enough. And if they drew another Burst Lightning, we're done. Lava Runner is just as good. All right, good game, Doom Fairy. Take your time. And there we go. Sometimes mono red is all it takes. Impact trimmers must be in foundations? Is it? Oh, maybe they reprinted it in the starter collection, which is also standard legal. That makes sense. Okay, this is game 6 versus Zeusical. With, now what is this? What is this Oko malarkey? Sure, we can do this. We're on the draw. So we'll play a forest. We're up against blue-white. Oh, blue-white Merfolk. Make some Merfolk? Yeah, we are. They got a Merfolk Lord. All right. Well, we've got a 2-drop, so at least we can play that. It's not going to really save us since they've got that Lord. We are going to have to go as quick as we can here, I guess. Yeah, no blocks. Take 3. Earthbender Ascension to get ourselves another green source. And we'll pass. Maybe Michelangelo is the right choice this next turn just because he's big. Sig's Command. Wow, they get another Lord. Yeah, I don't think we're going to win this one. I think they've just turboed themselves out too fast for us. Right. Here's Michelangelo. We make some mutagens. They don't really matter that much to us, but we've got them. And then we'll pass. Are we willing to trade our island and our frog for one of these lords? Probably. But it still kills us, doesn't it? We're going to do it like this. I don't love it, but okay, yeah, we're done. Good game. We're not dead, but we're basically dead. A Regery, yeah. They've got 4 creatures. The only thing we can field is 2, no matter how big they are. Make a bunch of mutagens. You can only use 1. And we give them a good game, and we're also going to give them a nice deck. Because it is a nice deck. They gave us a good game, so we'll let them do the damage. Right on. Good game, Zeusical. Well, right now we are 3-3. Let's keep going. See if we can show off a little bit more of this deck. Sometimes you just get run over by faster decks, and that's reasonable. It is game 7, and we are up against Potato. Hello, Potato. With your Pharaoh avatar. Alright. This is not horrible. We can do this. On the draw, got a swamp. Ooh, MH3 lands. Is this to psych us out? Do they have hand attack right here? No. We're doing goblin stuff. Okay. Let's see what we got. More land. I will take it. I will keep it. We'll play our Zoo Escapees since we're less unhappy about losing it. Okay. Sewer Slicer Goblin needs to go. Okay. Opponent's got all the goblins. You blight one to make 2 goblins. Seems good. Going wider. Destroys our zoo escapees, which makes us a mutagen, but still, they get in for 3 and they get another goblin. Alright. We can kill this, but right now that's not so helpful to us. Well, let's just get some bodies in play. Mikey and Leo and the droid. Either of our creatures can block the Seer Slicer. Soulstone Sanctuary can become... Oh, Taster of Wares. Taster of Wares, they get to make us exile something, and if it's an instant, they can cast it. Sure. Okay, that stops us from blowing up their Boggart Mischief. We're going to do this. It's still us taking 4 thanks to Boggart Mischief, but at least we get rid of 2 things that would be giving us continual damage. Alright, Michelangelo, what do you got for me? We make a mutagen. We're going to put a counter on Michelangelo. Or 2, thanks to Mikey. Alright, and we'll put some on Mikey and Leo as well. So now our creatures are big. I think we don't get in just yet, but we need to soon because Boggart Mischief is going to kill us in the end. Boggart Cursecrafter. Goblins die, yeah, just doubling up on our Mischief. So they can take our Ooze spell if they want. That's all we've got. And they just slam in. Just keep attacking with a bunch of goblins. And we're not going to be able to survive this. Because this is 1 damage now, and then 4 damage from these triggers. So we're at 5. This is a cool deck. You get another goblin. We've got all lands. Good game. Give them a nice deck. Sweet. Alright, good game, Potato. That was game 7. We're going to play a couple more. I feel like we have not gotten to really show off what this deck can do, and has been doing for me for the last couple of hours. Alright, it's game 8 versus Skater 1357. Okay. I don't love this hand, but we'll see what we can find with our Temple of Mystery. Another Donnie's Technique. I'd rather find the creature. Gran. That sounds bad. Here's the Ooze. We get Gran. Is this Reanimator? Oh, just land, okay. Oh, it's an Izzet deck. Faced a couple of dangerous Izzet decks today. We'll see what happens with this one. We get a mutagen. I think we'll just Donatello's Technique. See if they have a counterspell. No, okay, good. Then we will pass. We can Michelangelo next turn, or Zimone. I think we Michelangelo. Oh, they don't want to have any part of it. All right. Good game, Skater 1357. I mean, it's a win. We'll take it. Doesn't really show off more of our deck, but let's keep trying. Going into game 9 against Relly. This is pretty slow. I think we're gonna try for something better. This is a little bit better. We'll keep it. And since we've got... I think we'll actually bottom an island. Start with our temple. Yep, we'll keep that. Play the forest and just keep it going so we can start with our cryptid. Want to get out as many mutagens as we can. Ooh, is it angels? That's going to be bad for us. We can at least get that out of here soon enough. Youthful Valkyrie can get pretty big. Do they have a Giada? Another Youthful Valkyrie, okay. These are just going to keep getting bigger. So we need to do something on the ground to deal with them. Or have a flyer. Flyers are good too. I think for right now, what we're going to do is use our mutagen to make this a little bigger. And then we swing in with it. They don't block. And so we felling blow the other one. Could have done that ahead of time, maybe done an extra damage to them, but I'm concerned about them building up and building up and building up in the air. Oh, did they use a removal spell instead of continuing to play threats? They do. Ooh, Dimensional Exile. Is this not just Chain to the Rocks, basically? Okay. Mikey and Dawn Party Planners. We don't have a land on top, but that's okay. We can play Genghis Frog next turn and then Donatello. They've got their Giada. All right. Youthful Valkyrie is a little bigger. Giada is ramped for them. But our Donnie can block Giada. All right. Genghis Frog. Donatello. Play a Forest. Crack our mutagen on Mikey and Dawn. And attack with Mikey and Dawn. They can kill it if they're willing to lose their Giada. They're not. Okay. Oh. Good game, Relly. Sorry about that. What a sad emote. But I use the same one when I'm hurting on lands. Okay, let's keep it going. This is game 10 versus Etley 96. The Great Quintorius Avatar. We can give this a try. I don't think it's a terrific hand, but we can Donatello's Technique as our Zoo Escapees back. Maybe that's good. Nessian Hornbeetle. Okay. This may just be the Gruul Foundations starter deck, which can definitely get out of hand. They have a Slumbering Cerberus? No. A Courageous Goblin. Yes, I will do that. Sure. We'll play Michelangelo, make another mutagen, and crack it right away to make Michelangelo a 3/3. The Goblin, if they attack while they have a ferocious creature, it becomes a 3/2 menace. Got it. Okay, they Felling Blow our Michelangelo. That's fine. We miss a land drop. Unfortunate. We will play out Donatello and just keep going. Llanowar Elves. Okay. Another Courageous Goblin. We can't block that profitably. We've got a land. It's not a great one, but we've got it. Temple of Mystery. The Ooze, eh? That doesn't help us next turn, so I think we're just going to hard cast Donatello's Technique. And we'll just pass. We are taking some damage here. Skyraker Giant is a problem. We'll take 5. Oh, we'll take 7. We may be in a much worse position than I thought. And by that I mean we may be dead. I think we are dead, in fact. Yeah, they've just got us. Unless I can kill something. Even if I do. Let's see. Felling Blow to kill the Courageous Goblin. And I don't have anything else other than the Ooze. Well, we're going to do it. We didn't come here to not play Magic. Oh, Snakeskin Veil. Nice. Give him a good game. And scoop. And a Bushwhack on the stack. Sure. Fine, might as well. That was our 10th game. We're going to keep playing. These have been quick. All right. Game 11 versus Don Hue Hue. Maybe it's Don Hue Hue. If anyone remembers that meme. This hand is bad. We can't keep this. This hand is better. We'll leave our Garrick's Uprising. No, we'll take the Slithering... the Uprising. It's so delicious when it works, but not this time. We got Elves going on. We got another Felling Blow, that's fine. We can get out our Frog. And maybe Felling Blow the Frog to kill something. That would be great. If they don't play another Lord. They didn't. Good. Alright. Felling Blow to kill the Perfect. Do they have Snakeskin Veil or something? They make an Elf Warrior. That's fine. We attack. Creekwood Safe Right. 2 of them. Oh. Interesting. Okay, well, let's play the Ooze and eat their Perfect from their graveyard. We'll go ahead and pump up our Frog. And just pass. We need a little bit more mana. Phyrexian Arena is going to kill us. Virulent Emissary gains them life. Pretty good. They attack with Llanowar Elves. We're going to block. Ah, because it gets their Safe Right back online. You're right. Good point. Well, here's what we'll do. Felling Blow one of these guys. I recognize what that's going to be doing for us next turn, but I think it's okay. We'll go ahead and eat that Safe Right so we can use our mana on this mutagen and keep going. Morkon's Loyalist, so they've got a Lord effect again. Safe Right is now as big as it's going to get. Slithering Cryptid. Make some mutagens. Fugitive Droid. No more mutagens, so we can just use this one here. We're doing fine with our blocks. We can start eating things out of their graveyard. Death in the Family on our Genghis Frog, that's fine. We get a bunch of mutagens. We will not block this. And we'll eat their other Llanowar Elves, or their other elf in the graveyard, that is. Alright, let's see what the temple has in store for us. Earthbender Ascension is interesting at this point. Let's play our Frog to refrog ourselves. We will make this Cryptid big. make our frog just slightly bigger. So now we can block their 6/6 if we double block. And if we double block, they can't kill both of our creatures. We can also block the Loyalist if they attack with that, which I assume they won't. Okay. Well, here we go. They kill the Cryptid. Yep. Good. That's us trading up. Getting even more of our mutagen tokens. Another safe right. That's okay. We already ate their elf out of the graveyard. We're going to play this Earthbender Ascension and Earthbend our Temple of Mystery. Get ourselves another, let's say, island. Trigger. Let's go ahead and pump up our temple. And the frog, just as a way to hopefully trade well. Okay, they're drawing a lot of lands, which is helpful to us. We're also drawing lands, which is maybe a little helpful to us with our Earthbender Ascension. Let's make our stuff bigger. I want to make sure that we're Lord-proof. And if they kill something, that the Ooze is able to take our mutagens and put them somewhere else. Just go ahead and pass. Yeah, we got to remember Phyrexian Arena. It's going to kill us in time. They're drawing a lot of lands, though. They've got a Lord. Okay. They're going to attack, but not with their safe right, presumably. They've got 2 safe rights. Not great. Gaining a bunch of life, making up for their Phyrexian Arena. They don't attack. Alright, well, we'll eat one of our own felling blows. We'll play a Fugitive Droid. It doesn't help us a lot. But it does make our other Fugitive Droid unblockable. So we attack with it. Go ahead and pump up our new droid. And see what they say for us. It's been a number of turns of them drawing 2 cards every turn. It's going to be bad for us, starting now, it looks like. They're able to draw another card, gain some life. They get a perfect again. Okay, this is their 3rd perfect. Not great for us. Another Phyrexian Arena, wow. Do we lose right now? Apparently not, but we could have. Wow. Alright, Magic Gods. That's not what we needed. Deep shame. Well, I think we're dead. I think we're dead and they haven't seen it yet. We can do 9 damage to them, but then we lose. Yeah, I think they're going to do the smart thing and just swing out this turn. But if they don't, maybe we'll be lucky. We'll see. I don't know why they wouldn't, though. Three cards in hand. At least one of them's got to be an elf, which is going to gain them 2 life. There you go. They're at 20. And Lathril. Wow. They can activate Lathril right now, can't they? No, they've got to tap her. Okay. But surely they just swing out right here. They don't! I don't understand it. What are they doing? Are we going to just draw another land? No? Garrick's Uprising. Interesting. It draws us a card. Which is a land. Sure. Thanks. Fine, whatever. We'll put a counter here. We got something that's pretty cool. Can't get to it. We'll put a counter on the droid as well. And that's all we can do. They make another elf. Good game to you as well, friend. Let them play out their... They've assembled something pretty fun. Let's let them have some fun. Another emissary, sure. Sort of just taking their time to kill us now. Another loyalist. Now they want it to be big. That's fine. They swing in. Death in the family, sure. Sacrifice this to counter it. Make more mutagens. Why not? Make another elf. Okay. Make another elf. Sure. They're having fun. It's okay to have fun. They've got 35 life. There's nothing we can do to them. They activate Lathril. Seems good. They attack. We're going to block. Flameo Hotman. That's true. I agree. Give them the Love Hedron and pass. They had a Love Hedron too. That's nice. All right. Good game, Don Hugh. All right. That was game 11. We're going to do one more. Maybe we'll be able to get all tied up. Right now we're 5 and 6. It could be better. Been doing so well on our midweek magics, especially on the edge events in the last couple of months. Today, I think it's still a fun deck. All right, this is game 12 versus Influenza. We got to beat this one. We got to beat the flu. Maybe not with this hand, though. We're going to try. Let's see what the temple gives us. Yep, we can play that. Ooh, they're playing quick. We can play quick, too. All right, blue-white so far. They don't play anything because they've got a counter spell. They do play something. It's these merfolk again. We are in trouble. Okay. They've got their lord back. We're gonna block. Ooh, interesting. If they have another lord, this is not going to work out great for us. But if they don't, then we're actually blocking, and that's okay. I think we might block anyway. Okay. They're shocking in a hallowed fountain, which means... What in the world is this? Return non-land permanent to its owner's hand? You choose the mutagen, not Earthbender Ascension? Interesting. Oh, because they don't want us to ramp again with it. Alright. Well... We've got multiple return to the sewers, which is not terrific for us. So we'll just keep playing... things that can block. All right, what do you got, Influenza? That was more of a comma rather than like a question and answer. What do you got? Influenza. Not really great. Yeah, we're gonna see what they've got up their sleeve. Because obviously they don't kill the temple. If they pump it with the abandoned air temple, though, do they have the mana for that? They do, but we still kill it. Okay, we just kill it. They've got an Eclipse Marrow. Lets them find Plains Islet or Merfolk, and they find another Silvergill Mentor. Great, with their Lord in play. They go ahead and play it, and behold, you know, what's already there. We get another land. So we're getting pretty good, doing pretty okay on lands. Don't have a way to do that yet, so we're just going to have to return to the sewers something and make a mutagen. Don't want them to replay anything. Another Eclipsed Marrow, wow. Lot of cantripping. Champions of the Shoal. Huh. Sig's command to... Okay. We're going to tap this for mana and return this to the sewers. Goes on top of their library, so they'll get it back, but at least we take less damage this turn. And we have an Ooze spell, so we can counter it. Interesting. We don't have enough mana to return to the sewers and Ooze spell, so we're just going to put a counter on our temple and pass. We've got enough mana to cast both of their Merfolk. We're going to Ooze spell. Yep. Swinging in for 8. Nope. Swinging in for a lot more. Okay. Well, still didn't draw a creature. Donatello's technique it is. Now we've got creatures and less mana. So, sure. Good game, opponent. We'll go ahead and put this Mentor back wherever they want, and we'll concede. Good game, Influenza. You took us out, even though it's after flu season, at least where I am. So that's all right. I think this deck is fun. I had a lot more success with it testing it earlier today than kind of I did tonight, although some of these games have been pretty fun. A lot of them have been fun. Magic is always a good time. But this deck does show better than it maybe seemed like in this video. But we've gone through 12 games, so I'm not going to make you keep waiting for this ending. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to like and subscribe. Ring the bell if you want to be notified when I post my videos. Consider becoming a member of the channel. It's a thing we do now. It's not expensive, and you get access to badges and the ability to see my videos as soon as I post them. So, that's it. Yeah, thanks for watching. And remember, magic is fun. You should play more Magic.